Hey, you guys, welcome to the Crown and Collars exclusive Patreon bonus hashtag content. I know this has been a long time coming. Me and Bianca been trash. We just we, we, we laid on red. We laid on red, but it's fine. This is fine. This is fine. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Growth, but we finally got our shit together and are going to give you Patreon content. Which, first of all, thank you for everyone that has been signing up for the CSPN Patreon. We appreciate that, and you know, it is you get bang for your buck. We ain't out here scamming. You're going to get something. You're going to get bonus quality content for your dollar. So we appreciate that. And now it's our turn to contribute. So
Yes, and now you're actually paying to hear Jeremy sound like. Um, y'all listen to the show. Y'all know what he sound like by now.
yeah, a muffler sandwich.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
first of all,
thank you
yes.
for.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So yes, thank you for again. I just want to say thank you as well for tuning into this. The nature of this arm of the Patreon with the CSPN is going to be very music oriented.
Yes.
And I am very passionate about music.
Yes.
I'm a DJ. I am rapidly growing my both music history and music current events repertoires, which is very helpful because I'm also, like I said, I'm doing DJing. I'm a music opinion haver, which is my way of saying I don't write about music. I don't get paid to discuss music. I do get paid to perform music sometimes for other people, rhythmically, selections from other people. That's what being a DJ is, paying attention to function, time, mood, context, whole bunch of other stuff. And yeah, so I'm really excited to get this off the ground. Um, we're shooting for monthly, but knowing me, I'll be up Jeremy's ass and be like, "Yo, let's do more than monthly. Let's do twice a month."
Yeah.
Now that we have successfully scratched the itch, so
Yeah. Yeah. We got our foot in the water, so to speak.
mhm.
Cause yeah, we've been trying to get this shit off the ground for a minute, but scheduling and then sometime me and Bianca just being trash. Like, but we here. So, for those of you that listen to the show on a regular, we had a segment on there on our regular feed for Bring It Bikes, which we would just review an album that's at least 10 years of age or older. And we're going to continue that here, but just for this episode, and it's going to morph from a Bring It Back to just like Bianca said, just us dedicating it to music and just talking about music in general in all facets, time periods, and so forth, so much and so forth. So to um memorialize the Crown and Collars Bring It Back segment and introduce this new music. We're gonna come up with a name for this shit. Um, the Crown and Collars musical Patreon extravaganza. That ain't gonna stick, but I like how it
Yeah, no,
sounded off.
that's it's a little bit wordy. We'll
Yeah.
shorten that. Don't worry.
Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
No,
Um,
don't worry.
but yeah, we are going to go back in time and bring back A. Marie's All I Have album, which was her debut studio album that was released July 30th, 2002 through Columbia Records, Rise Entertainment, and Richcraft Records. Produced by Rich Harrison.
Who let's garrison his flowers
Yeah.
because my word, like so. Okay, so this is the thing about Rich Harrison. Rich Harrison was a contemporary of a lot of these artists who were coming out at this time. Like you start thinking about Ye Marie's and Your Shanties and Case and the like, and like his production. Again, he was on "Beautiful Ones" by Mary J. Blige. Did a song on No More Drama. Did a song on Destiny. He did Soldier, in fact, by Destiny's Child. He did Confessions, a couple songs off of it. He is the producer of Crazy in Love, which is the best song released this century. And yes, he is good at what he does. And so yes, this was the first album he did entirely. And it feels like an album where this wasn't his first go around.
Yeah, he felt like he'd been here before. It didn't feel like It didn't feel like he had. It didn't feel like he was just. You know how like when you at the pool and you just teeter your feet on the goddamn water. Like nah, he was in the deep end with this shit.
Yeah, and not to get too historical with it, but his ear for making songs for Amerie, it's kind of like Gamble and Huff with the OJs.
Yeah.
Like it was a production team, a writing team that just understood each other, and an artist that understood each other.
Correct.
Yeah, no, they were just so good.
And the album was certified gold. Can't talk. Selling over 500,000 copies on October 3rd, 2003, and Amerie won a Soul Train Music Award. Remember the Soul Train Awards? Fun times. She won for Best R&B or Rap New Artist in 2003. And the two lead singles for the album were Why Don't We Fall in Love, which peaked number 23 on the US Billboard Top 100, and the second single, Talking to Me. So,
it is not the song I would have picked for the second single. We can talk about why that is later. But for now, let's just talk about the way this album felt. So we were talking in the pre-show, and we mentioned that this album felt like, at times, a yearning for love, a coming of age, and a grown-ass woman album, which is impressive for a 22-year-old to put together on one project. And it managed to do all of those things without feeling structurally incohesive or
feeling forced.
Right. The album wasn't the best received as far as like professional ratings and all, but that's why we're here. We're here to right some of these wrongs.
Correct. Because let's be honest, sometimes them motherfuckers don't be knowing what the fuck they talking about.
Sometimes. And other times, I mean, these people who have,
I mean, this is what they do. So.
And again, it's something I aspire towards, so I get it. Everyone won't agree with every flavor. Like, that's fine. It's like ice cream. But yeah, so this album had a really good, authentic feel to it. Where it kind of lags is that we don't learn a whole lot about Amerie Rogers herself.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, her middle name is Memarie, which I thought that was like a Facebook name at first. I thought someone was playing around on her Wikipedia. But no, that's her actual middle name, Memarie.
You thought somebody was playing in your face?
No, because you know how people go on Wikipedia articles and they edit them, put little things in. And she just released a project, which we'll not talk about now, because neither of us has listened to it yet. But yeah, no, that's what I thought was happening. I thought someone played on her Wikipedia page and just let it be. So,
right. But yeah, you don't really learn much about her, which is kind of shocking because it's a debut album. Like we don't really, and we were talking about this pregame. You really don't learn much about Amerie until the second album, Touch.
Right. Which we may revisit at some other time.
Yeah, because she got on her
very
back.
Possible.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't really, for a debut album, it's basically like here's Rich Harrison getting in his bag with excellent production, and oh, by the way, here's Amerie singing her ass off to different songs. Like that's basically it. Like you don't really learn much about her other than, oh yeah, she's gonna sing about a range of different 22-year-old girl, emotion as far as love goes, and that's it. Like nothing else about her other than the fact that she can sing her ass off.
Yes, and again, the songs are just put together masterfully. Her voice just works with every single song on the album to really high degrees, which again speaks to the fact that she wasn't forcing it. Rich Harrison wasn't forcing it upon her, and they just really had a good chemistry in putting this album together. And another thing I liked was that Rich Harrison didn't use a lot of samples on the album. I think 3 songs have samples, like directly quoted samples. And the title track, All I Have, basically has that Touch Me, Tease Me by Case drum pattern.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to talk about that because I think that drum pattern is like pretty common, and I'm reasonably sure that's not the only song those aren't the only 2 songs that have used that one. So let's just move on. And keep it moving.
I was just looking at some of the charts, like where the peaks that it had. It was the album itself, like it was the highest position it had on the U.S. Billboard 200s was number 9, and it was top hip hop R&B album Billboard. It held that position. It held the number 1 position for quite some time. So it did very fairly, regardless of the mixed reviews. The album itself did really well.
Yeah, and like, Why Don't We Fall in Love? Like, it's a callback to like older pop songs. The era of the likes of Chuck Berry. Not saying that the song is on par with the Chuck Berry song. That's not what I'm saying. That is totally not what I'm saying. But what it did was, in under 3 minutes, we got in, we got a hell of a song, and we got out.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't carry on unnecessarily. It would have been nice to have had an extended version on a single with like a little instrumental breakdown or something. But I understand a lot of Rich Harrison stuff is sequenced and not necessarily played live, which is not a knock against him because digital music is the future, whatever. He did good with what he had. He did great with what he had. So
yeah. So speaking of what he had, let's just get into the song. So the first one, like you could not beg for a better intro song than Why Don't We Fall in Love. Like it's damn near impossible to shoot that high a percentage from the free throw line than with opening with a song like that.
yes,
I don't know not one person that don't love Why Don't We Fall in Love, and if you do, they're goddamn rushing by.
you know what? This song sounds like summer.
It when you think of summer, when summer rolls around, this is the song that you play. Everybody that I know and that I've seen and met and expanded my bubble, not only in real life but also via the internet, I don't know not one person that don't have this at the top of their summer playlist.
And if you don't like this song, thank you for subscribing to the Patreon. I don't know where this is gonna go from here in terms of music opinions and the like, but stick around, I guess.
I mean, good luck, but
I hope we give you something you like, because this is a no brainer.
Right, this ain't for you for right now. Maybe later. Well, yeah, Why Don't We Fall in Love? That is a perfect song. Then, Talking to Me, I don't dislike it. It's a good song, but I would not have chosen it for a single.
It's a very simple song. It works as a single. And sometimes when you think about like which song is picked as a single, you got to think about what else is going on in the music world, and not that you got to reinvent the wheel necessarily. It's not that at all. But this song came out in like this. The song was released as a single on October 8th of 2002, and the only problem with that is by then it kind of misses the sort of like college is restarted, and like here we are, like kicking it on the yard. It's a little bit after that. It's kind of a weird time to have a song like this come out, although it does kind of feel like fall a little bit. It still feels like summer too. It feels like spring, summer. Like I will, when we get to it, I will point out the song I wish were that song. I'll point out the song I thought should have been the second single, and this one should have come out the following spring. That's how I put it.
Yeah. If like I said, I don't think it's a if like so. So what song would you have released as a single other than this?
The song I would have released as the follow-up single definitely would have been "Can't Let Go."
Agreed. That's what I was thinking too.
Wait,
Either
no,
that,
yes,
either that, or
"Can't Let Go." I Need You Tonight.
I would say either "Can't Let Go" or "I Just Died."
Ooh, see, I like "I Just Died" as a deep cut. I'm not gonna lie, I like hogging that one.
But yeah, I Need You Tonight. That was it. Yeah, I could see that as a single. I can.
I see it as a second single. Like if you're gonna drop a song October 2002, I kind of feel like that had to be the one. Because it has the synthesizer, it's got the sample flip, and it's just a really like the nights nights coming sooner, days are being shorter. Like it's really just got that feel to it. And I like feels, and I like seasonal feels, and I like emotive feels, and I like contextual feels, and I like the way music feels around other music so much. But that's how I process it. And yes, Can't Let Go is another one. It's just right in that same realm where it's like this just feels like a song that people need to hear when the days get shorter and cuffing season is in full effect and we just trying to be booed up. So
the cuffing season album.
it is, which is weird because it came out in July, but
right way before motherfuckers even thought about naming it cuffing season.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so those are the two songs I would have picked, one or the other. Probably certainly Need You Tonight. But we skipped the song. We actually skipped my favorite song off this album, which is Nothing Like Loving You.
Yo, Nothing Like Loving You. That shit, that A-Marie did that. She did that. She did the fuck out of that. Cause I'll be damn, like if Nothing Like Loving You, if that ain't if that ain't a give your boo a special emoji in your phone contact ass song, like that's the song.
Right.
That's the kind of song where you don't even say that name. You just got all emojis for that name. Oh my god.
Yeah, it is. It's the song you play. Dare I say, at any given time.
Yeah.
It just feels good. It's an affirmation of the way love most ideally feels.
Yeah. Altruistically speaking, yeah.
Yeah. And it, like I Just Died, again, is a song I'm okay with just being a deep cut off the album.
Yeah. Do you think it could have been a single?
It's got the right length at 3 minutes and 51 seconds. It's got the right length to have been a single. Could it have been a single over Talking to Me? Yes. Over some of the other choices on this album too, which you've already named. That gets to be a little touchy.
Fair. I definitely can put it over Talking to Me, but fair enough.
Yeah, like I will say it's possible. Like I wouldn't take it up. Like if it were released as a single, I wouldn't be mad that it was released as a single. The fact that it wasn't released as a single, I'm not mad that it wasn't released as a single. Like it's in that sort of gray area.
Yeah. But speaking of gray area, because we're gonna try to keep this brief, especially for our first Patreon show. So, as usual, so talking about the songs, what are your faves on the album, as we usually do in no particular order?
I will just say my least favorite song on the album is "Float," actually, um, which doesn't make it a bad song. I just like it the least. Um, the cold open with the little single bit harmony, and then like the piano, I just didn't feel was I didn't feel it fit. Um, and no, it's just not a song that like I like. This is a no skip album, but that's the song I'm least excited to hear. I'll just say.
Mhm.
To me, like I said, I feel like it's a no skip. I also wasn't crazy about hating on you. Like that 8-9 block was tough in the way like a baseball team's 8-9 batting block might be.
Now this is funny because I actually love Float, but I dislike Hating on You.
Yeah, like I said, floats again. It's not a song I would ever skip. Um, but again, it's the one like I would not be on Snapchat mouthing the worst of songs that I can't sing to that one necessarily.
Yeah,
Uh,
I get it. It's just not the one that you go up for on the album.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, my
Yeah,
favorite, Nothing Like Loving You. My
yeah.
second
Now
favorite,
I do agree that the album is great, but I'm not gonna lie. Hating on You, I do skip. I just do not like that song. I do not like. And you know what? I feel like so you know how we said Richard Harrison didn't miss, right? Which he did not, but that song I feel could have been more. Cause I know I kn- I see where Rich was taking A. Marie, and I see obviously that she delivered, but I just feel like the song could have been a bit more, could have been restructured a little bit lyrically, could have had a better title. Cause I get the concept of the song, but it just
yeah, it works because that was a weird era where like saying, "Oh, you just hating" was okay. Now it's not. Obviously, like you gotta have some context behind you. Oh, you just hating? They just hating. Like, but yeah, back then, like okay, yeah.
I mean, no, I'm saying it fit for the time, but I feel like even like because I'm not even thinking about it in like 2018 Jeremy's lens. I'm thinking about it like this came out, like back then. I
Oh yeah,
just
same.
yeah, I just that type. I'm like, and maybe it was also a product of getting in that time getting tired of the trope of everybody's hating on you and stuff. So I feel like it worked, but I feel like the title could have been more, if that makes sense.
I feel like yeah, that song did leave plenty to be desired.
Yeah, it left a lot to be desired for me. That's the one song on the album actually that I don't like.
Okay, so yeah, so favorites. Again, I'm gonna skip the radio cuts as I always do, just because again, one I've already talked about as I loved it, but it got a whole lot of radio play, and the other one I would have made the fourth single off this album if I had a choice in the matter. So yeah, favorite song, Nothing Like Loving You, as I mentioned. Second favorite, All I Have. I just love that. I love that drum pattern that Rich Harrison uses, even though we've totally heard it in other songs before and have heard it in other songs since. But all I have just is just a good song. It's the title song, whatever. It could have also been a single. And then third favorite, yeah, Need You Tonight.
Yep. So for mine, I would say obviously, obviously number one. Why don't we fall in love? I mean, what more do we need to say that we haven't already said? Uh, Nothing like loving you, and mm,
Like you just said, you love Float.
I love float, but I don't love it more than all I have.
Fair.
So nothing like loving you. Why don't we fall in love? All I have and float as an honorable mention.
Dig it.
So yeah,
Yeah, my honorable mention would be "I Just Died." I like I like the fact that they flipped that Bone Thugs beat, that boom the boom the boom cat. Like they took that shit and turned it into like a touching, sappy love song.
the brilliance of Rich Harrison.
Hey,
You did not miss with this album.
but yeah, no, like again, a whole lot of people had that triple time, beat song, which now has evolved into the trap snares, which is annoying because people tend to overuse the trap snares. But let's not get into that right now. Let's stick to the point, which is that "I Just Died" is a good song, and it is my honorable mention.
Correct. And I think that we did good. That is a good way to open up the Crown of College Patreon bonus hashtag content. And thank you all for listening. Like I said, we will be making this a music exclusive show, a bonus show where me and Bianca just talking about music because we love music, and I think it'll be a nice contrast to the usual fuckery we do on the regular Crown of College feed. So yeah, we hope you all enjoy it. Me and Bianca promise we will be consistent with this and either do monthly or weekly. We're gonna we will be consistent. We will be consistent. Is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to convey here. Yeah, there might be weeks where we don't even do a regular show and just do a Patreon shit. In which, I mean, especially with the climate that we in, I mean, because the world is trash. So good luck, everybody.
Indeed. All
But yeah,
right. I am Tall Bianca XO.
and I am Black Dante.
And that is episode 1 of Crown of College Patreon musical talk.
We'll come up with a better name, we promise.
We promise. All right, y'all.